One of my favorite things about Christmas is curling up on the couch with a quilt and just looking at the twinkling tree.
What if you could take that feeling and put it in a quilt? Let us show you how with the December Quilt of the Month. Hi, it's Fran Morgan.
And Hannah with Fabric Café.
It's time for our December Quilt of the Month. And we thought, what better way to celebrate than with a cute Christmas tree?
Plus, we have some fantastic pictures of your quilts to share at the end. But first, let's check out the quilt. Here we have our Christmas forest quilt, and I love the whimsical design of this with these alternating tree blocks. This quilt is 43 by 59, and these trees are made with half rectangles. Don't worry, we're gonna step out how to make these blocks at the table, and we've got some tips if you're new to making half rectangles. So we alternate our trees with our stems here. So we have fabric 3 with fabric 1 stem, and then we have fabric 1 with fabric 3 stem, and it just evenly distributes the fabric all across the quilt. And this quilt would look so cute in scraps with all of your trees being a different color. And I love our big border to show off our #1 fabric. This quilt isn't just for Christmas though. We've got some great combinations for other times of year. All right, so we've got some pieces and parts to show you how to put this quilt together. First off, you cut some rectangles. So we have our rectangle for our focus, and then you're gonna draw a line from corner to corner on the back of your #2 fabric. And then when you sew it, you're gonna line up your line with the corners. Now, you're gonna do this a second time, and you're gonna do it in the opposite corner. One is gone this way, one is this way.
So one is one half of the tree and the other is the other half of the tree.
So then you take this one and you just line it up. Whoop.
I think as a quilter, it's always that thing, you're so used to matching edges, you know?
Yeah.
That this way it's like, what now? Okay.
Yeah.
But this works.
And then you're gonna sew a 1/4 inch on either side. Now, something that makes it very easy, I think the easiest way to do it, is with a 1/4 inch foot. Because what you're gonna do is you're just going to put your 1/4 inch, the outside edge, on that line, and then you have a great guide of where you need to sew, and it'll sew that nice straight line. I do recommend when you're sewing that you take a pin, and whatever side you're not starting on, just pop in a little pin in there. I found that really, really helpful to
so
keep
it
it in
from
place.
Shifting and moving around when you're sewing it. That's smart.
Because I did one without that, and it kind of went whoop. But once I started doing that, it made it a lot easier. So very straightforward. If you do not have a 1/4 inch foot, which not everyone does, I don't actually have one at home, but after working with the machine here in a 1/4 inch foot, I'm a believer and I'm gonna get one.
Yeah, I have one and love it. Use it all the time.
But if you don't have them, we do have some tricks. So this is one way. You could start and draw a line down the middle, and then give yourself 2 lines to sew on. And all you do is you place your 1/4 inch mark on the center, and you draw a line on each side. Okay. I do find that helpful to have the middle line too if you're gonna do this method, because it made it easier to see where you're gonna cut to keep it.
I think that's true.
Straightforward.
And the center line just goes right through the corners, and then these 2 lines are 1/4 inch from that center line.
Now, if you don't wanna draw 3 lines and you don't think you need that middle, what you can use instead is this amazing ruler, which I love, called the Quilter's Magic Wand. And all you do for that is I'm gonna angle it so it's the same direction as we've been working with. You just put that right in the center. We've got this nice line right down the middle, and both sides are a 1/4 inch, just there and ready, so you don't even have to think about it.
That makes it really fast.
Yes. So then you just have to go, whoop, whoop.
And the middle line on this ruler is what's going through the corners of your rectangle.
Yes, and we do have this available on our website. So if you would like to give this a try, I highly recommend. Once you sew them together, you're gonna cut apart on the drawn line. And after you trim those apart, you're gonna end up with a rectangle like this.
Very cool.
And you're gonna trim this down to size, just cleaning up those little dog ears.
Yeah.
And then when that's all done, you will end up with these So we have them the two different directions, and you see why that was important, because now it makes a tree shape.
It's so pretty.
And then the stem is the easiest part, or the trunk. I suppose it's not a stem is for a flower. You make just a strip assembly, and you just cut off your little unit right there, turn it sideways. And we do have the seam allowances on, so I'm gonna overlap the trees just a touch so that it lines up with our stem.
What a pretty little tree. I know, so good.
And then you have the same block again, just you change the colors. So now we have our red tree with a green trunk. I just keep wanting to say green stem. Okay. Same concept, right?
Very good.
I haven't made very many half rectangles, but I thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah, they are fun. I really enjoyed them. And in quilting, it's always nice to kind of try something new or change up what you're doing. Don't always make half square triangles.
Yeah.
Do some half rectangles, do some curves.
Yeah.
I think it just keeps it exciting and it keeps your skills honed. So
Yeah.
this is a great one, and really it goes fast.
Yeah.
So very good.
Now we have a very simple method to pick out the fabrics for 3-yard quilts. What we have is we have our number 1 fabric, which is our focus fabric. And you know, it's usually the thing you fall in love with.
The pretty fabric that you can't live without.
Yeah, you walk into the shop and you're like, oh,
That's
I
it.
need it. And that is represented by a polka dot in our quilt diagrams. Then for our number 2 and 3, our companions, you want to make sure that they go with your focus. So we have our number 2, which is going to be our lightest of the 2 fabrics remaining. And that is going to be the background of your quilt. That is represented by a white on the diagram. Then for our number 3, out of those 2 remaining, you have a darker fabric. And that's gonna be, you know, that pop.
It's kind of like that accent color that kind of balances out and frames things.
And that is represented by a black on the diagram. And your focus can be a light or a dark. It can be whatever you want. You just need to make sure that between your 2 and 3, that the lightest is your number 2 or the darkest is your number 3.
Yes.
Now let's look at this fabric with that in mind.
I've been looking at this fabric and it's gorgeous.
It's very pretty. It's just so magical. We have all of these stars and kind of like ornaments glistening on a tree.
It is a little bit. It is really, really pretty.
And this is going to be in our number 1 position, which is this red tree right here. So it would also be on our border, which is just beautiful. For our number 2, we picked up all of those stars that are in there, and we have this like, I think of it like a starburst. And it's on kind of like a cream background, so it's not stark white, so it has this really soft warmness to it. And that will be in our background here. And then our number 3, it's more stars, but they're smaller. It's like the same motifs from our focus, but smaller and more packed together.
Yes.
In a nice red, and that will be where this blue tree is.
It's gorgeous. I mean, and I love the scale difference in those because you can tell that there's unity here, but the scale difference really adds so much extra interest to the quilt. So
yes. Oh, yeah. It looks so fun. And I like that the number 3 fabric has that first border. So it's framing out the trees, and then it's again on our binding. So it's like framing out that focus border on both sides, which I think is very cohesive. And if you are as much in love with it as we are, the kit information for this one is Snowflake Elegance, and it's using the Christmas forest pattern.
Now, one of my favorite things about 3-yard quilts is that any 3 yards of fabric will work in any pattern. And even though we have been calling this a Christmas tree, I know that for me, I actually have tree motifs in my house all the time with branches and leaves and everything. And I think this can look really moody and elegant.
Yes.
And this next kit is perfect for that. We have a focus fabric that has this, I guess it's like a charcoal gray background. It's
with like touches of navy.
With little touches of navy with these gorgeous dark cranberry or dark wine color. This is going to be our focus fabric. It is a big print, but all of the touches of these colors are going to shine through, and it is going to go everywhere the red is and on the border. So this big print's really going to be showcased on that border, which I think is gorgeous. Now our number 2 is this really nice warm beige that has just a little brown sprig on it, just to carry that theme of that floral. And it's going to go everywhere you see the white snowflake here. And then our number 3, which is our darkest, I love this with this. It has that black background and it has just the little flower on it that is done in all the colors of our focus fabric. Now that is going to go everywhere you see the blue here. And I think this is so elegant. It has that moody, homey, elegant kind of feel to it. And it's the trees, which I love. I think it just works so well. And notice the big focus fabric on that outside border and how wonderful that you can really get a good feel for that print and all of the colors and beauty in that fabric. I think it's just perfect. So the kit information on this one is Homestead Blooms.
Now we're going a little bit more wintry with it because you can have a little winter wonderland.
Fun.
So we have this beautiful snowflake on this minty blue.
It is very pretty. I love blues in the winter.
Yes, I do too. It's just
so
like
good.
Now this is going to be everywhere our red is here. So we'll have that in this tree on the border. And then for our number 2, we picked just a very soft star on like a creamy white so that it has interest.
And it also still provides our contrast, which is pretty important.
Yes, oh, for sure. And this is gonna go in our background. And then we turned this into a double focus. So we have the same print as our focus, but in a much darker color on this aqua navy almost. Like it has those touches in it. And that's gonna go everywhere you see our blue. This pattern works so well with small prints.
Yes, I really, well, it's interesting because I think it works with large prints, but it also works with small prints. And because of the way all the fabrics are positioned in the areas, it works so well. And here it feels like a wintry forest where it just snowed.
Yeah, and it's like peaceful. You can almost hear the snow crunching under your feet as you're walking.
It's such a unique sound when it first snows. It's so cool. This is what this sounds like.
Yes.
Looks like.
Yeah, exactly. But what if you wanted the darker snowflake to be your bigger border? That is no problem. You can swap your fabric 1 and your fabric 3. You just have to make sure that you cut everything the pattern tells you to from that one fabric position, and then you're not gonna have any issues. I'm not sure which one I like more because I really like how the number 3 and the original placement frames out that lighter color on the border. But I also really like having a big border of that darker color.
I agree.
Yeah.
But you know what this makes me think of? We've heard, and I know that you've done this, where you've made sister quilts.
Yeah.
Where you're using the same fabric. This would be a great way to do gifts for family and change it up just a little bit.
Yeah. So it's like the same but different.
But because they're both wonderful.
Yeah. That's such a cute idea, Fran. I love that.
This is so great.
All right, well, the name of this kit is Snowfall Serenade.
So that feeling right after the snowfall is almost as good as the feeling when that first cool air blows in for fall. That's what this one makes me think of, because here we have our leaves like they're twirling and blowing in the wind. And it's just such a glorious sight. And I love it's on this creamy background with all these. And you know, there's just a little hint of purple on these leaves, like a purpley red.
You're so right. I didn't even notice that.
It's just the perfect fall leaf. Now this is our focus fabric, and it's going to go everywhere you see the red here. Then for our number 2, we have a nice warm cream that has just a speckle of white on it. It's going to go on the background here. And then just going into full fall here, we have this really yummy kind of dark caramel color with all of our leaves on there. And look how perfect it matches our focus fabric. So nice. It is really a pretty combination. And that is going to go everywhere you see the blue trees and on that first border there. I think it's just scrumptious and it just pops so beautifully.
Oh, yeah.
So I love all of the leaves on the border.
Yes.
Like they're just blowing in the wind around the quilt. I think it's so pretty.
And that brown just like really frames it in, so it highlights it even more.
I agree. It's a very, very warm, just that essence of fall. For a limited time, you can get 10% off the downloadable pattern of our December Quilt of the Month, Christmas Forest. Just use the coupon code on the screen. It runs from today till the end of December. So the kit information on this one is called Autumn Embrace.
This pattern also looks great with florals. Now we already saw that nice traditional rich floral earlier.
Gorgeous.
But what if we go lighter, more springy,
Oh,
a little
yes.
softer? So we have this beautiful floral on a nice soft green, and we've got that mustard yellow and blue in there. I really like mustard yellow.
Yes.
It's so pretty. And this is going to be our red tree here, so it'll be like the flowers are just peeking out. Then our number 2, we went with the leaf texture again, but on a very nice cream. So it picks up the leaves in our focus and will still fall to the back, but have a lot of interest.
Yes,
which
I
really
like this together. This has a nice texture to it, but it really does pick up all of these colors in here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it will be our background here where you see that white. And then for our number 3, we have a different floral. It's a smaller one and it still has like touches of that blue, but I like that it's more heavily green.
Yes.
So it has a lot of distinction from our number 1. And that will be everywhere you see the blue.
So good. And the 3 scales of fabric.
Yeah.
Large, medium, and small just works perfectly.
And I mean, you can see it ties it all together. And that number 2, while still being a print, like you said, the different scale sets it apart. Nothing's fighting.
It's very, very pretty. And I love that this pattern has those wide borders. I know we just keep mentioning that over and over, but that wide border is such a great place to showcase that beautiful fabric. It's wonderful.
Definitely. Now this kit is called Garden Song.
Now we're going to do a totally different genre of fabric. We are going to go batik. And here is a great example. We have a focus fabric that's a little bit monochromatic, but we've got some beiges in here and our steely gray blues kind of in the background. We have a little bit of a leaf pattern in here, and it's more of a large scale print for a batik, but because it's so kind of monochromatic with these beautiful colors, so this being our focus fabric is going to go where the red tree is, and of course a nice big piece of it on the border here. Now we've paired it with a beautiful kind of warm beige, and this is picking up all of the beiges in this focus fabric.
And it has all those highlights from the lightest color are the highlights and the lightest color in that.
Yes, it's perfect. So that'll be our background. That's what's going to, fall to the back and let our other 2 fabrics really shine. Now, to give us our pop, I love this kind of blue-gray for our number 3. It's got some nice texture to it, so it's not boring. We don't want to do that.
No.
And it brings out all of the blue in the focus fabric. This is going to go everywhere the blue trees are and on that inner border. Love this.
I love that the number 3 has kind of a weathered texture, and the focus kind of has a weathered texture too with that batik. It's very earthy.
Yes. I think it kind of took this quilt to be very modern.
Yeah.
And I could see this in a very modern styled house.
Yeah.
And those colors are just gorgeous.
And it could go with so many colors too. Do you have a blue sofa? Great. Do you have gray? Do you have white? Do you have cream?
Do you have a beige? Anything. It's going to
go anywhere.
It is just gorgeous. The kit information on this one is Silver Brook.
This year is coming to a close, and we thought it would be fun to look back on 2 of our most popular Quilt of the Month patterns. We got an amazing amount of pictures we want to show you of these quilts.
Let's start with our April Quilt of the Month, Happy Go Lucky. Now Jenny sent in this Happy Go Lucky, and now she used more than 3 fabrics. She incorporated those primary colors to complement the rainbows.
Yeah.
I think this is so fun. I love the rainbows.
Yeah, and it was so clever to use those primaries. It just really accentuates the focus.
Very good, Jenny.
Jacqueline sent in her version, and she made a twin size and used lots of different fabrics. Now, I love how she put that fabric with the seam in the very middle row.
Yes.
That was such a fun way to position it. It really brings your attention to it.
It really
I
does.
love it.
And her pinwheels are all different shades of green and
Yeah.
purple. And I think that adds so much interest
Yes.
And I love that they're all the perfect value together so that nothing is just like glaring. I just think you did a fabulous job with your colors. Now, Kathy sent in this one with these woodland scenes. I love this. It's a very earthy quilt, and it has horses and animals in that long strip. And she added a few extra borders too.
Which I love.
Yeah, give it a little extra size, which is perfect. But I love it when you use scenes in this quilt. And Kathy did it perfectly.
Pam sent in a very whimsical one. It's got this sweet little elephant print on it, which I just think is so much fun. There's all these different colors. And I love the contrast she has with the scale of all three of her prints. They're all different sizes. And then she's got that Papa red.
She does. I like the red. It's so good. It all coordinates so very well. Now, Vicki sent in this wintry happy-go-lucky, and she has a winter scene with cardinals and pine branches in her long strips. It's so good. And she made it in a twin size.
Which is amazing. It looks so good.
It's amazing. It is perfect.
Our March quilt of the month was also very popular, which was the corner play pattern. Janice sent in this amazing Minecraft quilt that she made for her grandson, which is so cute and sweet. I would never have thought about putting that fabric in this pattern, but it works so well.
And I love her back.
I know. Custom backings are so much fun, and I love the way she did it.
Now, Beth sent in this corner play, and it's very soothing with these natural colors and that nice pop of blue.
Ooh, yeah.
I love the blue in this position too, because it kind of frames those blocks when they come together and really shows you the pattern. And it looks like she added a few borders as well, which is really nice. A nice wide border on that outside.
Beautiful. Now, Linda, hey, talking about that mustard color that we really liked earlier, Linda pulled that into her quilt, and she has these more natural colors. I think it paired so well together.
I do too, and the floral that she chose with this is perfect. Great color combination. Now, Mary sent in this one, and she chose a patriotic theme for her corner play. And I love that she's used just some highly textured fabrics in this quilt. I think it really pops. These colors.
And I wouldn't have thought about doing patriotic in this.
I wouldn't have
either. But it looks amazing.
It's very good, Mary. Great job.
And Rhonda was very ambitious, and she made this quilt in 2 different colorways, which are drastically different from each other, but both look fantastic. And in both cases, she made them bigger.
They're very good. Boy, it's hard to decide which colorway.
I know.
Rhonda, good job. Now, last year, one of our most popular quilts of the month patterns was in October. It was the Garden Path pattern.
There are so many different color combinations, and they all look fantastic.
Many of you said that you were using this pattern as a charity quilt. We know that whoever received your quilt was super happy.
Thank you for sharing your love of quilting with someone in need. We are so grateful for all of you.
If you would like to send us pictures of your finished quilts, send them to quiltstars@fabriccafe.com.
And if you would like to see some of our other fun Christmas patterns, then be sure to watch the video that pops up.
Happy quilting!